This is still Skills Update. Thank you so much for always keeping it locked here on our platforms. Well, we are now crossing over to Selima Henok, who is on the competition floor to engage an expert in the bricklaying skill set, where the competitors are there laying the foundation of excellence. Selima, how's it going there?
That is right, Elago. We are standing at the skill area of bricklaying. Indeed, it is one of the hands-on competitors area. And indeed, you can see in the background that they are busy making sure that they deliver on the tasks that they are given for the day. Now, yesterday the bricks were delivered a bit late, and we are just going to speak to the chief expert to give us a brief of what happened yesterday and how far the competitors are. That is Mr. Minisola Matengu, welcome, and just give us a brief. We understand that yesterday the competitors were not able to start on time because of a delay in the delivering of the bricks. Maybe just a brief on how they are faring now.
Okay, thank you. Indeed, yesterday we did not manage in time, but we managed today. So far, they have started and they are progressing very well.
All right. What are the tasks that they are having today?
Okay, so far, today they are going to work on module 1, which is going to take them a bit up to somewhere there late because of the time that was taken from them yesterday. Yeah. So far, with the whole competition, we have 2 modules. Yeah.
And you wanted to explain something for us here today. Perhaps you can just take us through what they will be doing. I'll hold this for you.
Okay, thank you. What I wanted to explain is to say our competition is scheduled in a way that they start with module 1. After module 1 is when they can proceed to module 2. You cannot do module 1 half and then you move on to module 2. By that, it will mean you are not going to be allowed to go back to module 1. You have to first finish module 1. That is when you move to module 2. Yes.
So what are they expected to deliver at the end of the day? I'll hold this for you. It's okay. I'll hold.
At the end of the day, they are expected to build a wall that represents 2025, the year that we are competing. Then the other model represents a house.
What separates that is an average performance to an excellent one in this condition?
Okay, what separates them is a number of aspects. For example, we look at the measurement, the neatness, and also the way they plumb and level their work.
And how are they performing so far?
So far, they are doing well, as I can see. Okay, though there are a number of them that are still a bit behind, but on average, they are doing well.
Thank you so much and all the best.
Thank you.
That was the chief expert that is here at bricklaying, just giving us a brief on how the competitors are doing. Although they started late, they are still on track in terms of the task that they need to deliver each day. Back to you, Elago.
Thank you so much, Selima, for bringing us that update from the competition floor. We still have more scheduled for our program, viewers. Please keep it locked here.
I guess that you'll never know.
We are now moving from bricklaying to the sizzling pots and the rich aromas that are filling the atmosphere here at the National Skills Competition, where we have Selima Hanok still at the competition floor on standby with Ralph Harragut to give us an update on what the competitors in the cooking skill sets have been up to. It's over to you, Selima.
Well, Elago, we are standing at the cooking competition area. We know that we all need to eat every day. So I think it's one of the important skill areas that is happening, that is at the competition of NTA. And of course, we are going to engage the expert just to give us a brief on how the competitors have been performing so far. Mr. Ralph, just a brief on how the competition started off for the competitors and how they are progressing so far.
Yeah, I think it was really nice. Yesterday we had a little bit of a starting difficulty, but it's very typical for the first day. But actually not so much from the competitors, more from the organizational side. We had some issues with the marking sheets and stuff like that. We started a little bit late, but later on everything went well. And I think the competitors, especially the first day, they didn't show that much nerves and did a good performance. And today we are now already the second day. And I think people are a little bit used now to the station. Obviously, this is quite not so easy. You know, you're coming from a kitchen where you're used to work in, and now you're coming to a place like this where there's quite a lot of audience. But on the other hand, when you look at the stations, they are a little bit kind of makeshift. Even though everything is there, you have to get used to it. But I think, yeah, everything is fine. We are doing well so far.
So you were just busy marking when we had to go and call you. Maybe just how do you judge? How do you mark the participants?
Okay, I think it's very interesting, this competition. It's basically over 4 days, so 4 times 4 hours. And every day they cook something else. And basically we are going to mark them on a lot of different aspects. So there are teams that only looking at the uniform. There's a team that looks at the hygiene. There's a team that looks into the fridge, into the storage. Are things labeled? Are things wrapped? And so on, yeah? Then obviously we're going to look at how do they cook? How much technique do they show? How well are they organized? And so on and so on. Then we're even going to look at the menu. We're going to check, you know, what did they put on the menu? What was required? Then later on we check with that same menu, did they put it on the plate? Yeah. Also, even with quantities, we even check temperature. Yeah. I mean, a hot dish, we say maybe it must be 50 degrees at least, you know, so we're going to check that and things like that. Then obviously the biggest part is then the taste, the texture, the appearance, and then we have another mark, which is also quite big, is the harmony of the whole plate together. So in a nutshell, there are, I don't know how many points, checking points, most probably 100 or so. Yeah, and we really try to be as accurate as possible.
This whole time I just thought it's the cooking that they are being judged on, because it's a whole lot of areas that you are looking at. Mr. Ralph, just maybe a brief on how important this industry is to the hospitality industry in the country.
Okay, I think it's really important. I think we have seen tremendous development in terms of quality and service delivery when it comes to cooking. I must say that, you know, the whole, I think even nowadays things are already, there's modern plating, there is really attractive plates coming out of the kitchens here in Namibia. Since I've been here around 25 years, I've seen a tremendous success. But there's another story to it. I don't know, Namibian labor or workforce becomes increasingly more interesting for foreign operators. Cruise ship, big hotels in the UAE, but also in Europe. Germany, because we have this strong affiliation, there are job opportunities. And, you know, like 5 years ago, you couldn't get a work visa in Germany. Now, if you are a chef or working in hospitality, you will get a 5-year contract like this as long as you have the qualification. Yeah.
Is there some traditional food that we can come and taste that they will be cooking during this competition period?
Yeah, sometimes, like last time when we were in Ongwadiva, it was obviously very traditional. This time as well, what we did is basically we asked them to incorporate 5 host-specific ingredients that are more specific to Swakopmund. So what we chose there is we chose the Swakopmund green asparagus. We chose some dates. We chose kapana spice because it's more like Namibian as well. Some oyster mushrooms because they also grow that here. It's also an industry that's coming up. Yeah. There could have been other things we could have used as well. What else was there? We wanted to nara seeds are there. So we make it more Swakopmundish, like not so much now Namibian in the sense, more of the local. That was the idea. Yeah. Yes.
Maybe just lastly, for a young person that wants to get into this industry, to make it a career, what advice will you have for them?
Yeah, I think what is important to understand, it's a very tough job. I've been doing this for the last more than 30 years. Obviously, it can be very long hours, but I love the creativity and I love the organizing aspect as well. I think a chef is not an easy job because there's a lot of aspects from the entire life spectrum that you have to cover. You need to have a lot of stamina. So if you are not someone that wants to stand maybe 12 hours a day, I don't think it's a good thing for you. And if you can't stand stress, also better do something else because it's a very stressful career. But it can be very rewarding. I love it to cook for people. And I think Namibians, I really think I've been working in this country now for a long time with all these children and kids, and I'm really thrilled. I mean, it's really great.
Thank you so much for making time. We know you are very busy, but we appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
That was the Deputy Chief Expert, that is at the competition area of cooking, just giving us a brief on how the competitors started off and how they are progressing so far. Elago, it's back to you.
Selima, really great to get an update from the cooking skill set there. Well, it is the Skills Update program, and we still have more in store for all of you, our viewers. Please stay tuned. Well, we are engaging our different experts here on the competition floor throughout the program. And right now I am joined by Katrina Newaka, who is a TVET advocacy specialist, to just give us an understanding on how does one get to this point of participating in the National Skills Competition. Good evening, Madam Newaka, and thank you so much for being here this evening.
Good evening, Elago. Thank you so much for having me.
Yesterday, we had an insert that featured Mr. Sens Sholongo from the NTA, really just taking us through the journey of how we got to the National Skills Competition that are happening right here in Swakopmund. But I think there's still a bit of questions around that. How does one end up being a competitor in this competition? And I think that's why we are here today, so that you can just clarify that for us and help those young people and trainees that would like to find themselves here in the next competition also. So could you please take us through that process?
All right. Thank you so much, Elago. That's a very common question that we get as the Secretariat at the WorldSkills Namibia office. We get a lot of young people wanting to know how to take part in the National Skills Competition. Do they just come and register at the venue when we're hosting the competition? But in actual fact, what happens is that we're hosting stakeholder engagements in all our 14 regions, where we sensitize young people, especially, and parents and the general public about the importance of technical education. You know, if you look at developed countries, they all develop by empowering their human resources through technical education. So through the stakeholder engagement, we then sensitize by hosting what we call selection competitions in all these 14 regions. And we invite young people then to compete against each other at our vocational training institutions in the regions, in all the 16 trades that we are hosting. For instance, we'll be inviting all the trades, all the competitors or trainees in welding to compete in, let's say, Ohangwena region in all the 16 trades. And we then combine all the regions, and we select the top 14 or the top 12 per trade. So those competitors are then the ones that are selected for the national skills competition. So it's almost similar to your Olympics. It's just that this is actually in the vocational education. And these competitors, then the overall winners, then gets to represent Namibia at the International WorldSkills Competition, which will take place in Shanghai in 2026.
Oh, very well. I think now it's pretty much clear. So that means you have to be part of a vocational training institution for you to be eligible to partake in this competition.
Not necessarily. What we're looking at, we're actually promoting skills excellence. We're not looking at any qualifications at all. We're looking at people that can actually build something or develop something with their hands. So we're basically just looking at skills.
Okay.
So if you're good at hairdressing, for instance, without having gone through a training, but you have the passion and you have the skills to start your own business, let's say your own hairdressing, and employ others and be able to employ yourself. That's what we're looking at. So you can be a mother at home that is training your child to become, let's say, a welder, or to become a father that does construction, that can train their youngsters to also take up after their trades, to become whatever they're doing. We're not necessarily looking at the qualifications, as long as you have the skills and you are able to compete with others. So what we want young people to be independent, to be able to employ themselves and to employ others in their community. So not necessarily at qualifications.
What would you say is the benefits of participating in a competition like this, apart from being able to participate at the International World Skills if you are victorious?
Well, the benefits are actually a lot. Being a member of WorldSkills International, we have quite a lot of young learners, actually learners from schools. And this time around, we have actually increased the number of learners that are participating at these competitions, which is very exciting, because we don't want to start at high level. We don't want to start at trainees that are already at vocational institutions. We want to start at primary schools, where we want to build the passion, to enhance the passion, and to help develop the passions of these young people from a very young age. So having these young people already at school level is a bonus for us, because it talks a lot about the future of Namibia. So a lot actually stands out in this year's competition compared to the others, as we continue to build up from the previous editions. So yeah, it's the future is actually TVET, and we look forward to having a lot of young people taking part in the competitions.
Yeah, we keep making reference to the term young people, but I'm also hearing you talk about school learners that are in primary school, even for that matter. So, what is the age limit then to participate in this competition?
We don't necessarily have an age limit, but since we are a member of WorldSkills International, we are limited, or we have to comply to the rules of WorldSkills International. And the rules for WorldSkills International is that you should be 22 years in the year of the competition. But to take part in the national skills competition, we don't necessarily have an age limit. We allow all the age, I mean, considering the challenges that we have in Africa, where you have people, for instance, in the villages that look after the cattle before they are allowed to go to school. So by the time they actually finish school, they are already over, some already 25 or in their 20s. So we don't want to restrict age participation, but to comply with the WorldSkills International, there's an age limit of 22 years in the year of the competition, meaning when these competitors then compete at WorldSkills Shanghai next year, they should be 22 or younger in 2026. But if those that are taking part at the national skills competition are still then eligible to their prizes for the national skills competition.
Okay, very well. Thank you so much for explaining it. Please take us through the National Skills Competition Swakopmund 2025. What should we be expecting for the rest of the week? Today is competition day 2.
Well, there's a lot lined up for the week, and I would like to invite the public to please come through, especially the guardians, the parents, learners, teachers. We have schools that came as far as Kunene region that brought their learners to just get that necessary exposure. So especially the schools in the Rongo region, you have no excuse not to be here today or this week. So we're inviting all the parents, all the learners, all the schools to bring through their their youngsters. We have three components of the event. We have the TVET conference, which is actually taking place right now, where we have international speakers and local speakers that is discussing challenges and opportunities that we are experiencing in the TVET sector. And then we have the second component, which is the exhibition, where we have industries explaining to young people what they actually do in the industries in the market, and how TVET is relevant and how they can actually then make an informed decision when they decide on the type of careers that they want to follow. And then finally, we have the competitions where we have the young people competing against each other and fighting for that spot for the international representation in Shanghai next year.
Well, Kathy, thank you so much for being here and all the best with the competition for the remainder of the week.
Thank you so much, Lago. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Well, that was Katrina Newaka just giving us an update on what the competition looks like and what is yet to be expected, and also educating us on how one can end up here participating at the National Skills Competition. There, you've heard it right here from Skills Updates.
And finally, on assessing lecturers whether they are doing a good job, I think this is also a question that's a bit vague that I think I'll engage further with the colleague.
Can you just give him a 2-second massage? 1, 2. But you can now complement those ones to play in the new space that has the digital part.
By the time our graduates complete their training, already we have new technologies in.
Who should champion it and who should own it? And if there is a need for us to kind of institutionalize this particular strategy, which may not be necessarily a good thing to do.
One of the key things when I listed the features is that this is a data-driven platform.
Pick up the phone and call an electrician to switch off the supply and make the area safe. Let's try that same process again, this time without any prompts to assist you.
Okay, perfect.
Well, let us now take a look at one of the most advanced skills here at the National Skills Competition at the Dome, and that is mechatronics, where mechanics and electronics are merging. Well, Selima Hanok is still on the competition floor to bring us an update from that one. Selima, it's over to you.
Indeed, Elago, that is at the mechatronic competition area. As you can see in the background, the competitors are hard at work. Today is day 2 of the competition. And just to give us a brief overview of what mechatronics is all about and what the competitors have been busy with, I am joined, that is by the chief expert, Valitel Ndemwimba. Just to give us a brief, maybe just to start off by you telling us what mechatronics is all about.
Thank you for the opportunity. My name is Valitel Ndemwimba, and I'm the chief expert for the mechatronics skill area. Mechatronics is about industrial automation, The typical application can be found in places such as Coca-Cola, Namibian dairies, and Namibian breweries. Today, we are busy with our D2, whereby we are just extending the production line because the competitors are building a mini production line that is found in a typical factory area. So far, so good. We have done the first marking of the test project from yesterday. The performance is very, very good. They have performed beyond of our expectation, given the fact that we only started training a week ago. One has to understand that these things, they are not really offered yet in Namibia, so we had to borrow students from NAST. All of them are from NAST, but then they are mechanical and electrical. If you combine them together, they will be able to perform, because mechatronics is a combination of mechanical, electrical, and computer.
Just a brief on how you measure their teamwork and also just problem solving during their practicals.
As you can see, they are working in a team, and one has to handle with the computer part of things, the programming, and the other one has to do with the mechanical and assembling. So it requires a lot of communication. They have to communicate between each other. If they don't communicate, the system won't talk or won't work together. So when you come back, if the system is working, we already have an image that these people are communicating. And the teamwork is really fantastic. I'm happy.
I can see that in the background. Indeed, maybe how important is this industry to the country's industrialization?
It's an enabler for the mass production. If you can have mass production, then you can push out more product, then you can stay ahead in the market. But for this trade now, it enables to have cutting edge technology within the production lines. It's quite sad that if it's not well implemented, it can cut costs, human job. But the only advice I have to the ordinary citizen is to say they must not be scared. They just need to learn so that they can stay relevant. So it's not a threat. Yeah.
All right, just for a student that wants to venture into this field of mechatronics, what do they need to study? How can they go about it?
Okay. There are a lot of ways. There's an unconventional way that I took. For me, I'm a self-taught person in mechatronics. Was self-taught, but if you want to go study, there are mechatronic courses that are offered in South Africa, or you can pursue mechanical in Namibia, electrical in Namibia, millwright or instrumentation, and then you can transit into mechatronics later in the industry.
And lastly, by the end of the competition, what are the competitors expected to complete?
At the end of the competition, which is day 4, they are expected to have a build, that is build, program, and wire a system that is performing at a certain function that we gave them. We got a test project, and in the middle, we put errors in the system. They are expected to have picked up those errors and rectified them, and the system should work according to the test project.
Well, Valitel, thank you so much for that brief information on mechatronics and also how the competitors are progressing so far.
Thank you for having me.
So that was Valitel Ndemwimba, chief expert, that is of mechatronics, just giving us a brief on how the competition is going so far for the competitors. Elago, it's back to you.
Thank you, Selima. It really looks tense over there in the mechatronics skill set. One can feel the nerves and the pressure that is coming from the competitors. Well, we're now moving over to the technological part that we have been looking at, but more from the web technology, where there are competitors also sweating it away on that side. Selima, please take us through what they are up to.
Well, indeed, Elago, we are at the web technology competition area. And indeed, these young people in the background are proving that Namibia is ready for the digital future. And this is where they are using much thinking and also creativity at the same time. Now, joining us is the chief expert at this competition area, that is Mr. Eliezer Mbaeva, just to give us a brief on how the competition is going so far for the competitors in the web technology. Mr. Eliezer, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Salima.
Just a brief on what the competitors are tasked with for today.
Okay, we started yesterday with the competition. We've got 6 participants here. 4 are from the Onawa Secondary School in Omsati region. 1 is from NAST. One is from the College of the Arts in Windhoek. So what they are doing today, or since yesterday, we are just basically giving them activities to develop basic websites, at the front end layer, where they can be able to create something that can be interactive with the user. So today they are continuing with that, just creating some impressive pieces of websites to see how creative they are, to see if they can be able to put up a nice, looking site for the users. Yes.
So how do you test for their speed and creativity at the same time?
The activities are actually time-based. So we time them as they have to do some work on a given time. Some will just last about 30 minutes, 40 minutes, some 1 hour, depending on the complexity of the activity they have to do.
And just also perhaps on how this web technology is shaping Namibia's economy.
Well, there's nothing that the world can do without web technologies nowadays. The internet has come here to stay. And the web, is actually the vehicle through which sites are deployed via the internet or are made accessible via the internet. So we need that. All the companies, organizations are right now claiming their web, space on the web sphere. They're creating applications. Banks are moving to that. People are actually getting away from the legacy software applications where they were just usually relying on desktop applications that are standalone, because the web makes software accessible from anywhere. So we can't do without the web. Yeah.
For a young person that wants to get into this field of web technology, what field do they need to study?
Well, usually for guys that want to get into this tech industry, they have to, of course, be able to do some basic mathematics works, and also, of course, computer programming, basically, because that's what it is. You need to do programming to be able to come up with a web application. And you need maths and science to understand this kind. And also English is a requirement, because our country is most English-based nowadays. Yeah.
For those that think that it might be difficult because we are talking about the computer, and it might be a bit complex for someone to really want to get into this field, because we are talking about science subjects as well. Is it something that is doable?
It is very doable. I mean, we all came from, villages where we had no computers. And here we are, we become experts just by, going to the university to learn. We will teach our students from the, basics throughout to the expert level of understanding, yes. So there's no need to fear anything, yeah.
Thank you so much for that information, and all the best.
Thank you so much, Salima. You're welcome.
Of course, that was the chief expert at the web technology competition area, that is Mr. Eliezer Mbaeva, giving us a brief on how the competition is going so far for the competitors here at web technology. Elago, back to you.
Much appreciated, Selima. Now, viewers, if you have been wondering, there you have it. Yes, technical and vocational education is also playing a critical role in digitalization, as you have seen there through the web technology sector. We still have more. Please stay tuned. I am joined by Kevin Indongo, who is competing in the water technology skill set. Well, Kevin, welcome to our program. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. Kevin, please talk to us about the inspiration behind you taking part in the national skills competition this year.
So it's a teacher of mine. She actually convinced me to sign up. At first I didn't want, but she then convinced me. So yeah.
Right, so she convinced you and you are here now. So how has it been going so far? Competition started yesterday. Today is day 2. What has it been like?
To be honest, it has been a roller coaster. It has been good. I actually love the experience.
Yeah.
And I wish I could actually experience such competitions like this.
Yeah, that's great. So now I'm sure you're happy that the teacher convinced you to be here, right?
Yes.
Speak to us about some of the challenges that you have been experiencing throughout the competition.
The challenges I've been facing throughout the competition is the viewers. So basically, I feel like the viewers are a bit of a distraction. But yeah, other than that, everything has been fine.
Yeah. When you speak about the viewers, you're talking about the individuals that are on the competition floor, because they are allowed to walk around and see what you guys are up to.
Yeah.
So you were saying them coming to watch you all is making you a bit nervous.
Yeah.
But that's what the competition is really all about. But I guess you have it under control, right?
Yes, I do.
That's great. So how are you managing? What are some of your interesting takeaways from the competition? What are you enjoying most?
So I'm enjoying doing what I'm doing right now. I love water technology. The practicals are actually interesting, and yeah, just getting to know new people and actually just seeing the diverse things people do.
Yeah.
In different VTCs.
Yeah. Going back to the viewers that you're speaking about that are coming, did you see any familiar faces that were watching you that probably excited you?
A sister of mine. My sister actually traveled from the north.
Wow.
To come see me. So that was really exciting.
Wow, were you expecting her to be here at all?
I actually wasn't.
So she surprised you on competition floor?
Pardon?
She surprised you on the competition floor?
Yeah, she really did.
How did that make you feel?
It actually took away the nerves a bit, and I was actually really happy to see her.
That's beautiful. So what's expected for you guys in the competition going forward from today?
Excuse me?
What is expected from you guys? The competition, what else does it look like for the rest of the week?
So basically, we are going to compete. We are going to do different practicals. And then the date says that we are finishing on Friday. So yeah.
Yeah. You are, of course, part of the NAM Water under the water technology skill set, of course, but you are representing Oshana region. How does it feel to be sitting at such an immense competition representing that region?
I'm truly honored. I'm proud to actually represent Oshana and my family, of course. And yeah.
Yeah. Do you have a message for the family, for your friends that are watching this evening? How should they continue supporting you?
To be honest, I really don't have a message.
Okay.
I just want to say that I do love my family.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure they're happy that you're saying you love them on this platform. Thank you so much, Kevin. We are wishing you all the best for the rest of the competition. Hopefully you will walk away with that gold medal that will take you to Shanghai next year.
Yes.
All right. Well, that was Kevin Indongo competing in the water technology skill set. And as much as he says he's nervous, he's also pretty much excited as he is, putting in all the work to ensure that he is one of those that are walking away victorious in this National Skills Competition 2025. We still have more in store. Please stay tuned.
It's going great so far. I'm loving it. I'm loving the interactions. I'm getting learners from primary and high school. Also the TVET institutions. So it's going very great so far. I like how people are engaging. Everyone seems interested into going into IT. Also having to see the youngsters wanting to go into IT. So it's something great. It's helping them to actually be exposed to IT. A lot of people are not exposed to IT. We're also trying to get a lot of girls to be in IT because we know it's been taken by men, right? So it's nice to have people going to IT, especially the girls too. With the teachers, I think they did well to bring the youngsters, especially from primary, because that's when you want to get them exposed to different career paths. So yeah, I'm happy that they're here. It's gonna help them a lot to just so they know there's something called information technology industry they can go into, rather than just to looking at the ones that we grew up being exposed to.
It's an amazing platform. It's also inspiring. It's inspiring for the people participating and also the people back home. Because the first time we do it, everyone is like, where will it take me? But now people know if you get a platform here, you progress. It has been very busy. We are getting a lot of learners as far as the grade 8, and that's good because when people are able to show interest as low as grade 8, that's a good thing. Because TVET has been considered this as a second option, an alternative. It's when I fail, when I don't qualify to you now, when I don't qualify to NAS, then I'll choose TVET. But now we are able to educate them here, especially we have our January intake, and we are also able to teach them that we have a hostel. So there's not an excuse of like, no, I'm from Belfast, I should only choose institution in Belfast or Windhoek because there's a lot of accommodation in Windhoek. The first one is TVET should not be an option. It should be a choice. If you love agriculture, do agriculture. Don't do teaching because the parents say teaching is good. Because we already have a lot of teachers that are sitting at home because that market is already saturated. It's the same with the health industry. It's going to that. But with TVET, even if you don't get a job, you're able to do something for yourself. You're able to help your community because we do have communities that there's no mechanic. When the car breaks down, they have to send it to Windhoek or they have to call someone and it gets expensive. So TVET, it helps you with that. It should not be an option. It should be a choice that you make. I'm technically oriented. Let me do technical.
Okay, it's been incredible actually. We got great exposure because not a lot of people know that there's a BTC in Walvis Bay. So this gave us an opportunity to showcase our organization that offer incredible service actually. We know ourselves as turning vision into abilities. Sometimes we focus too much on academics, while there are other traits that we can focus on that will boost the economy. And sometimes it's demotivating to see that we are just focusing on the academics, while we have gifted people, they can do welding and other trades. So this is actually great exposure to the youth that they can offer more to the country. Okay, don't limit yourself. Get out, explore. There's a lot of events like this one. So I would encourage them to actually explore this and use their talents in what they can offer to the world. National Skills Competition 2025, Swakopmund!
Well, viewers, as we have seen today, from bricklaying to cooking, web technology to mechatronics, Namibia's young people are proving their skills on a national stage. This is more than a competition. It's about building confidence, careers, and the future of our country. Well, that's all from our edition of Skills Update. I'm Ilago Shitatala, and thank you so much for joining us. Stay tuned for more action, more stories, and more inspiration from the National Skills Competition here at Swakopmund for the year 2025. Until tomorrow, it's goodbye.